So
ready?
how are you feeling about the setting here, lads? If we can just describe that, because I don't think anyone could really put it into words.
It is really strange now.
That does
It's undisclosed location.
Yeah.
undisclosed location.
So there's a few dead bodies around. Somewhere along the line. There's a knife on the table. There's a bottle of wine and a weird looking head. And I'm not talking about Graham.
Yeah. And you said, as you said, baby wipes, no children around.
No children in the house.
That's always a stranger,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah.
Well,
I
no,
did
not
make a
according
point.
to you, like, because you only wipe your ass with baby wipes.
You
there.
said you do the same, yeah?
Yeah.
Once
yeah.
you
That's only
introduced
because they're
that.
in the house, though.
Yeah, they're in the house.
And there's no toilet.
Took a lot of sandpaper.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
That's it,
Right.
man. I'm telling you. You try it out, and you tell me if you can just go back.
No,
to
but well, if you
toilet
can't go back, then I'm never going to do it. Like. This is a bad move. Like. Right, so let's get serious for a minute.
Serious, what?
Serious.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
So, card coming up in Dublin,
Right.
a UFC card, and they haven't announced all the fights yet. So, are we going to be expecting to hear in the next week or so that Neil Seery is going to be on the card?
At the minute, no.
All
I
right.
haven't heard one thing about being on the card. So, at the minute, I've no answer for anybody. To tell the
Yeah.
truth.
It just seems a bit crazy to me to have a big show like that in Dublin and for you not to be on the card. Just like a couple of things. One, you've had a good few fights now in the UFC. Two, you're always an entertaining fighter, and that's not just blowing smoke at grass. I actually like watching you fight. It's because you go out and go for it. You know what I mean? It's always good to watch. And three, just like sheer ticket sales for them, having another dub on, a well-known dub as well, better known than some of the guys that are on the card. So I couldn't see why you wouldn't be on
It
it.
is a strange one. I don't know whether it's just trying to get an opponent to match, I think more or less that'd be the problem to...
And for you, it's just they'll just come to you and go, "You'll fight anyone." I know that before asking you.
You're gonna fight anybody. So I think it's more or less trying to get an opponent to
For you.
fight me, get
Yeah.
someone to travel to Ireland, and a
Well,
lot of people say on Twitter, match them up here there. But where did they really want to fucking fight?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
they all want to fight, but where do they want to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want.
But what I don't get, like, I mean, the four times you fought, you've put in fights that people thought could have got bonuses and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They had.
You were unlucky a few
Yeah.
nights that there was just like on any other card they would have been fight a night, and just happened that, like, say the last card,
Yeah.
that was a great fight, but it just got like there was just such good fights later on in the card, which
Yeah.
isn't the norm.
Yeah, that
You know
was
what I
that
mean?
whole main card was
Yeah, it was
insane.
a bit
in
crazy.
fairness.
It's hard when you're on Fight Pass for people to even remember your fight
Yeah.
when they hit the
Yeah.
main card.
Yeah.
And as you say, like, there was on the UFC the main card, the
McDonald
undercards
fight,
and
yeah.
stuff like that wasn't mind blowing.
Yeah.
Then when they hit the main card, it just blew everything
Yeah.
out of the water,
Yeah.
So you couldn't compete with. Imagine trying to compete with a mate of Brad Pickett.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah.
Look at that
Unreal,
fight.
unreal.
You couldn't compete
And
with
then
stuff like
McDonald
that.
and Lawler,
yeah.
You just can't compete
And
with
then
shit like that.
the other
you know?
thing is, if you're on the undercard or you're on the prelims and you have a good fight, it just, even if the fight between McDonald and Lawler isn't as good, just because their names will make it seem like a better fight.
Yeah.
Because people are more into the fight.
Look, it's top of the bill. The place is full.
Yeah.
The crowd is, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
the crowd is
yeah.
ecstatic, and it's stuff like that. That
Yeah.
obviously you're missing out on.
But even they said, like, when your fight was on in Vegas, because I was on the press row, all the journalists were saying, like, that they'd never seen the arena even that full. Now it wasn't
time,
full,
yeah.
but like they said, it was half full.
Yeah.
When Seery came out, and you could hear like ole
Yeah.
ole and all that
And
kind of stuff.
usually in the MGM doesn't
Nothing.
fill up till the main
Doesn't
card.
fill up.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was
maybe
just that,
the co-main event sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Honestly,
yeah.
like,
well,
it's-
people just come in to get photos
Yeah.
and go home.
That's exactly
The
it.
Irish get their money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
If we're going, we're drinking for the night. You know what I mean? We're not going and legging it home early. Like.
Because
There's a
the
program
first day
in
is
there,
on
see, quick,
Yeah. You come in and someone's sitting there.
Yeah,
Like,
there's somebody sitting in there, seat move. Yeah, come on.
What about Reds there as well?
Well, look,
Thing is, right, like as
in
he said,
fairness,
like-
we're gonna call a spade, right? He's a glass jaw. Obviously, it's proven. Come on. I'm sorry, Paul. My name is.
hey, listen, Paul, I'm not going to say it because judging by my last fight, I can't say it.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, screw this. You can say. I'm gonna.
Jesus.
But it's a
Christ.
lot easier when dudes that weigh 60 kilos are punching you in the face than 95. Like,
Yeah, still
you
there's
know?
a significant intention
Oh,
of having a weak
Jesus.
chin.
In that case, that's a little bit angry every time. A little squeeze on it there. Like.
He's bleeding. That's it.
yeah.
But like, if you
Give me
do
the
them a
knife.
favour, if you do them a favour, you think, like, I know it's a business model, but I mean, 2 weeks notice, same as you stepping in, 2 weeks notice against Mirsad Bektic, a guy who people are going to think is going to just run through the fucking division. They knew, they had to know, like, this is a hard fight for Red. And then the second fight was Whiteford in Scotland. And
but see, the way you're looking at it is from Red's perspective. From their perspective, they see that they're doing him a favour by letting him in.
Because he's contract.
Yeah, they're just letting him into the UFC. Like that's the way they see it. Like obviously, all of us will always see it from the fighter's perspective that we're doing it on short notice for them.
Yeah.
But they're seeing the opposite.
But a lot of people will look over that to say my look on that thing is. He went 3 rounds there after cutting so much weight.
Yeah.
He went 3 rounds, and then Bektik went out in the second fight and mauled him to death.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, I've only got 2 weeks." There was Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes made a quote 2 weeks ago saying, "If I had a full camp," and I was like, "Well, more or less, fuck you and your full camp."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's other people that go in on 2 weeks' notice and they last at 3 rounds. They're probably not doing 5 rounds, but they last at 3 rounds. Yeah. You got beaten. You know, don't come out with an excuse and say I had more time. Yeah. Bollocks to that, because there's a lot of people that get called up to the UFC. Stevie Ray was another one.
Yeah.
He went up on a short notice, made his weight, and then went out and beat
23 pounds as well. He lost as well.
There you go. Like so, like don't come to me and say, hit the media and say, "I'll tell you what, I could have done Conor on a full camp."
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You had your opportunity. And
if you didn't think the
humble about it.
Be
fucking humble. You got knocked out, and to me, you got knocked out. You went down to a position. You broke. You gave in.
Yeah, he did.
When you know you have to
covered up, waited for the ref to pull him away.
3 seconds left in the round. You fall onto your back.
Yeah.
Now your 3 seconds is gone. Yeah. You're into your third round. So don't like. I've seen.
That's why people like watching you fight, don't they?
Yeah, but
because you would have fell on your back and got punched in the face a few more times and went to the next round. He covered up and went, "Get me the fuck out of here."
But I've seen podcasts from them, the alpha male team, and they sit in a room, it's like saying shit, and they give people so much hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I didn't see them coming up with shit like that. I seen someone quitting on their hands and knees with 3 seconds to go in the fight, but I didn't see that getting mentioned in the fucking podcast.
So basically, when you're in that situation, you can keep that fight going if you just keep moving.
You're doing stuff, you won't be stopped, especially with 3 seconds. Like, the ref doesn't want to stop
defend
it.
Yourself, just show you.
The ref doesn't want to stop it there. He wants to give it till the next round if he can.
Look, you went down, you got caught with the left hand, you hit the deck, could have went onto your back.
Or even scrambled back to your feet with 3 seconds. He would have took you back, thrown a couple of shots.
Let me tell you something. You got broken.
Yeah.
You got broken
and
in the fight. You were beaten. You looked for the way out. Yeah. And then you're coming in with excuses.
Do you see that as far as you look at that and you go, he quit there?
I'd say almost every fight where someone is not KO'd but TKO'd, they're looking for a way out. See a lot of lads off for their neck, and you know it looks better to get choked. And you got caught, you know, they're getting punched from the back, and the choke comes on easy. Yeah, you know, choke comes on easy. You know, this kind of stuff, like that kind of stuff. Now there's like
but look, I'll give you another example on that card. There was Gunnar, Brendan Thatch. Like, hold on a minute, I got choked to death. I didn't fucking tap. You know what I mean? I didn't tap.
His head looked like a fucking beetroot.
I got choked to death, right? Now you've got Brendan Thatch that got his back taken. No, there's different. Obviously, there's different. There's a different style, or there's a different level of jiu-jitsu. I'll understand that. Yeah. But look, choke comes on. Well, now we're here.
I can guarantee you that in Brendan Thatch's camp, they said, like, the whole camp was, don't let Gunny get on your back. Don't let Gunny get on. I can guarantee that's what it was. And then as soon as he got on his back, he went, I'm done.
But the Moya fight was nearly a blueprint for that. The only difference was Gunny, like, and I thought it was the most impressive thing about the fight. Like, Thatch is obviously known as a brilliant striker, but he knocked him down with that 1-2 combination.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Put him on his ass.
Beautiful.
And then I'd say Thatch was going, well, I didn't win the stand-up. I'm all over the place. And now Gunny's on my back. It's easy. I looks good. I got caught by a good grappler.
You know what I mean? It looks good if it tap out. Like, hold on a minute. Give us a fucking a little Spartan chance. Try put your fucking hands in. Give us
get
something.
2-on-1, do something.
Give me something, like. Don't give me a fucking quick, mommy, go drink it now.
Oh, what was he supposed to do? He got on my back.
And what's it like now? Obviously, you're after getting that coming off that knockout loss as well. Is that different now when you have to come? I should see in between them.
Well, just like when you start tensing up, like.
Is it different when you come up? Do you have to take, obviously there's suspensions in place and stuff like that, but do you ever see it in your teammates even when they come back from getting knocked out? And do you see a reluctance in sparring ever or anything like that?
I don't feel like that. I took the 28 days without head contact and just got straight back into where I was at before. I'd say I've seen a few lads, as you probably have it. See, my knockout, it was more like a TKO, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd say if you get knocked out bad and one of these jobs, maybe you're a bit scared.
You're getting a fright here. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
And when you're going back in, there's maybe that fear again.
Of course there is. You go back in sparring, and even with cuts on you. Look the same. Like you're coming in, you're going in with a cut on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to come back with a cut. You go back sparring. The first thing you think about is, bollocks, is that shot after opening me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first thing you're doing is going like that around your eyes, going, I'm a cut again.
I'd say you've come back with a fair few cuts on you.
I go in
week in, week out. Yeah, that's your defense position. Block your whole face.
Don't hit the nose.
Yeah. I can't see, but he can't get me, so it's perfect. It's perfect.
You know. So.
Yeah, it's just interesting. You know what I mean? Like it's just a part of the game that nobody really. They always all the attention always goes to the winner of a fight. You know what I mean? And you never really see. But
you see, like it's the making of. I know that's such a cliche thing, but it is the making of some lads, and it's the breaking of other lads.
As I say, Robert Whitford. To me, 3 minutes of the fight, Paul Redmond is dominating.
Yeah, he looked great. He looked really comfortable
on the back foot. Chasing him around.
And he hit him with a lovely right hand at one stage.
At one stage, he just walked into the left hand, put him out, and then I don't know if anybody's seen it. He slowed it down. Whitford come in, hit him with his head.
Yeah, he did. He cracked him.
Paul was coming up.
But he did. Like,
two of them cracked heads, and then next of all, you've got obviously two hammer fists going to put you out.
I think what happened with Paul was he got dropped and kind of shook, and as he was coming up, that second smack that was the lights out.
You need, but I think there's experience in that as well, because 100%. A lot of people say, right, I'm after getting chained, I can grab a hold here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people that has never been knocked out before is going to go, what the fuck just happened to me? Take that split second, and now the fight's over. But someone that's after been days before can go,
break his posture, pull him into him, whatever.
Do something different. Do crawl onto your hand. Do something just to try clear the head. But look,
go onto your hands and knees, put your hands over your head, and hope that the rest stops it.
Just keep rolling.
Just tumbling your way across.
Well, I'm defending myself.
It's a bit of experience, and only getting chained like that is going to give you that little bit of experience. You know what I mean? Chris, don't get knocked out.
I just learned not to drop my left hand down here when throwing my right. That's all I learned.
It was a killer, man. It was hard to see. You were so comfortable walking out that time.
I felt great.
Chris is going to do some business in here, boys.
Yeah, no. Look, as Neil will tell you, the best I've ever felt. Everything felt perfect. Warm-up was perfect. I was going to slaughter this guy, and then I'm lying on my back like I'm at a hip-hop concert. Like, what just happened? What just happened? I've got a hole in my face.
I thought it was more like a starfish. Sorry.
What do you think of this lad you're fighting? I've watched a bit of him. He looks like he's some tricky submissions.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone that's landing triangles off their back in a pro MMA fight means that the opposition isn't that good. Like, you know, there's not too many guys landing. You know yourself. Like, not too many guys getting caught from guard at high level MMA. So he's not fighting the highest level guys.
Well, it's not really like if. Many people is actually finishing people off their back. Bar Gunny and
it's a thing. It is a thing in the past. Really, it is.
And even those two, they usually take the back and finish. There's there's no one using their guard to finish fights anymore.
Really, you don't see many arm.
The odd arm bar. Joanne Collingwood's
like the last time I remember the open guard being really used in MMA is Minotauro, and that's outdated now. You know, he used to use it for sweeps and all that.
That's good. I think it's changing though.
Yeah. Do you think it's because people are kind of getting better at landing strikes from top position? It's posturing up like this.
It's really easy to defend submissions.
I think the defenses. Everybody's defenses just come along.
It's so easy to defend submissions and really hard to get them. So like, you know, you get a high level wrestler come to like SPG or over the Amnes Team Rhino, and within like a few months you can have him not getting submitted. That's all. Like just a couple of postural things and not bending his head when he's standing up. That's it. He's not going to get triangles. He's not going to get armbar. You know, like as Neil will tell you as well, he coached it for a bit. Like, if you sit in someone's guard, put your hands on their stomach and sit back on your heels, you just can't be submitted. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
And it's that simple.
They're not grabbing, you know.
Right.
It's that simple.
What do you think? Like, do you think the Bama card is going to do the numbers though?
I think so.
I just don't listen to him. He's bought.
Well, they're paying me, so yeah.
I hope so.
I
hope so.
It's going to show us like, is this thing that's happening in Ireland? Is it a Conor McGregor thing or an MMA thing?
Can I give you a funny story on that? I was sitting in the bar after I got obviously beaten in Vegas. Thanks, lads. No.
At least you didn't curl up on a ball, though. At least you didn't curl up on a ball, and you almost had that guillotine. You fucking. I was at the back and oh man, it was close.
And there you go, like. like you've got the Irish. Some are sitting there at the bar having a drink, and someone comes over and they were there pricking around Irish balloon down your head and said, "You caught a painter."
The image of each other.
That's what I got.
Holy shit!
Kyle's gonna be delighted with that one.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, and I'm going, yeah, it goes to show you what the fuck you know about MMA.
Yeah.
Idiot, yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey, you
that's
come here, he goes to me, yeah.
That's
Come on now,
amazing.
I'm a fucking midget, and I've heard.
But
And you don't have a year-round tan.
yeah, Jesus.
So, like, some lads had to spending probably 2 or 3 grand to go over there and didn't
even know.
That's
Like,
madness.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
That is madness.
and
Isn't it?
that's the only fear I've got for the Bama card. And going,
Yeah.
like, hold on a minute, like, because it's not obviously the UFC coming, everybody dives on tickets, sold out, this, that, and the other. I'm looking at the Bama card. Is people gonna have to go out and start pushing tickets on people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Guys, see
Yeah,
Catherine Costigan going, like, she's been doing really well advertising, like, the fight and stuff. She's pushing it really hard. Chris has not done much at all. You know what I mean? He's not really his co-main eventer there. What are you doing?
I don't do a lot of that stuff. Hey,
But
I sell tickets to this face.
But
I'm getting hit in it.
Or this
I lost by
face.
some dude. Yeah. It was more that one. It was like that. And my legs were flailing as well.
Look good. But there's a lot of things in that card very interesting. Like, we have the new wave of Irish pros, you know what I mean? And that's going to be really good to look at as well.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of guys.
That is from SBG. There's I think what they've got nine fighters. Is it?
I think it's 8 or 9
8
fighters.
or 9 fighters, and there's
Mm.
we've got 3 from our gym.
Yeah. For what is it? French Chris.
We've
Patrick.
actually 4 with Patrick.
Yeah.
There's that other fella. What's his name? Tick
Jo-
with
you know-
a hat and glasses.
You mean internet sensation Johnny Jitsu?
Who is that his name?
That's- yeah.
He's on it. Is he?
I can't say anything on this. I just have to stay out of this one. Like.
Do you remember that was the first big story I ever had?
Yeah,
was
I'll just stay
John
out of that
Redmond
one.
punching the SBG,
Yeah.
the T-shirt on the SBG heavy bag, and
No,
that was
I'm not
just
reviving this shit. Just leave it alone. Leave it where it is.
We leave it.
Yeah.
Like him, that fella. Yeah. The
And
fella.
what do you think of the chances going in there now? You have Patrick and French Chris, and you got Johnny Jitsu. How are they looking in
I
training?
really rate French Chris.
French Chris is
And
serious.
Patrick
Judo. He's brown belt in judo,
And
isn't he?
believe it or not, right? A lot of people say it. French Chris went out before Peter Quigley.
Yeah.
Yeah, be Peter
Quigley, yeah.
Quigley.
Queely.
Quigley.
He'll kill you for that. He'll kill you for
He'd
that.
quill you for that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He'll kill you for that.
You went out. Now, if you look at it there, it was a good scalp to take.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. Chris is actually a serious fighter in the gym, but when it comes to the fighting thing, he's not hitting the level
That he
of
should be.
that he should be when he hits the shot.
Kind of an intensity thing, is it?
I think
when you
it's
go-
just an intensity thing. He's so nice. The chap is so
Yeah.
nice. He's in training and he's hitting you and he's saying sorry guys, he's hitting you. You know what I mean? I swear to God, he's actually and he's the
Yeah,
strength,
huge,
the
huge.
judo he has
that
is
back
brilliant.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I know where you were going with that. No.
And you know that's like he has to learn
Yeah.
just to pass that over to go from serious
We
gym
sta-
fighter.
Yeah.
He doesn't
And
fight regular enough for that
He
to
doesn't
click
fight
though,
right for
and
that.
he needs that.
yeah.
He
And the
needs
same with
that.
Patrick. Patrick's
Now
skill
Patrick was the new wave.
is-
Before the new wave was
it's
coming.
his skill,
Yeah, you
and
know.
he's still
He's
on
got
the
a great
young.
pedigree.
He was
man.
supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
When I started
he's still,
first,
like-
he was the next big
He's
thing
still
coming.
young.
up.
The skill,
very young.
the skill of the young fella is unbelievable.
Oh, but even then he was. I'm
But
talking
even
like
then-
6-7 years ago.
And
he
now
was.
it's even on a different
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
It's a different level. You
Yeah.
know?
I said every time I see Patrick at a show, I'm saying, well, like, when is this coming? Because
Yeah.
I've been waiting for
Yeah.
fucking
I've
7
seen
years.
I've seen him sparring
perform,
with
like,
you,
Yeah, I
like,
know he's.
lighting Seery up like
I've seen him. Seery like this on the
Stop.
deck, like.
I had to scrap the whole interview. It was
Yeah,
disaster.
yeah. Neil stiff
Stop
Seary,
recording.
just like that. Like.
Don't record that. Take
Yeah,
that.
yeah, edit that part. I get that one. Get that one. But you know, like, because I remember even watching him like in purple belt comps years ago. He great grappler, great all rounder. He was the next big thing, and I think it's probably best for him. It didn't happen then. It's happened now. I think he grew up a bit, and it's
He's in the gym 24/7.
good.
And what about the lad? There's some amount of lads turning pro in SBG.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that have just kind of come through the amateur ranks, coming through the likes of like Dylan Chuk. And
Dylan Chuke's a great fight with Adam
Great fight,
Caffrey.
yeah.
That's a great fight.
I really rate Dylan.
Yeah.
Like really highly. Like I think for me he's gonna be the next big thing.
I like his style.
Yeah, he's vicious.
I do.
So his last
Evil,
one at
yeah.
Battlezone was very impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Slick,
But
like.
Adam Caffrey's a great scrapper as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I love watching him fight. I think that's going to be a really
I
good
think the
match.
range difference there is going to be just.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
And he's good at using it. He moves fast.
He uses it.
very
He's
long.
got the quick feet. He's got the quick hands, you know what I mean? He's good takedown defense. So it will be an interesting fight. Can he get in and take him down? He takes him down, he's good off his back.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a back and forth fight that, you know.
It's going to be a great one to watch.
Fight, yeah.
And like,
it's crazy because like when me and Neil stared at this, like you like the likes of that fight there, right? So early on, two guys that are probably going to be two of the better guys in their weight division are fighting each other straight away for their first pro fight. There's just no one else.
The Irish scenes.
We were fighting some lad who he was in a rash guard fighting you because he was so out of shape. You know what I mean? But this lad was fighting a fucking welterweight, you know, like he was that head no walking in.
Yeah, who am I fighting?
There are kickboxing trousers on him.
You're fighting Smiley from SBG. Why is he not smiling? That's the problem. That's the problem. Quick, throw towel in.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Do you think there's ever been a pro debut more anticipated than James Gallagher's? Coming out of the Irish MMA.
No, well, it's never been as big.
Yeah,
but I think this is what I mean. It's overshadowing like stuff like Dylan Chuk and all, because like I firmly believe like James is going to be phenomenal, and I firmly believe Dylan's on that as well, on that same path. He's a fantastic fighter, so I'm looking forward to seeing both of them. But James has got all the hype behind him. I'm just hoping it doesn't interfere.
He seems to be so level headed though, cool, calm, collected. But do you think it must be so different? You guys looking at these young fellas coming up, and they have some like even sponsorship options, stuff like that. And I can remember you know back when you were going on the national scene.
Even when we were on the international scene fighting Cage Warriors, they have better options now than we did then. Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And it's good. There's businesses coming into MMA as well, I suppose.
People are interested in it. Yeah.
Shit like that,
well, just people are interested in it in general. Like things that would never have sponsored it when we were fighting would be sponsoring fighters now.
Oh, you were back scum back then.
Yeah.
That's when you were.
Yeah.
Genuinely scum.
People are looking at
you're getting into a cage after a fight. You scumbag.
Yeah.
You can
For what?
For what? For what?
You left the job in the bank to do this. That went down well, did you?
Yeah. Well, I used to go in with black eyes all the time.
You look Fight Club.
I used to but it was cool to say I did rugby. Like it was cool to go in saying I do rugby, and lads are breaking the neck all the time doing rugby, but that's fine. But no, if I'd have said what I was doing when I was doing, I wouldn't have been fired, but I wouldn't have went there.
Down the stadium when the cage was there.
Yeah.
You're after knocking someone out or getting thrown towel in, obviously. And but you're only getting out of the cage and someone's doing that with
Neil
a point.
two towels here. Yeah.
Someone's doing that with a point to you. You know what I mean? And then you're there
and
someone's ground and pounding nut off you while everybody around the arena, every single body's on the leading mat like that. Go on, kill him. Whacking the fucking
the
ring over, you know what I mean? Whacking the ring over, and you're going, Jesus.
Mad days.
Crazy days.
Mad
you weren't
days.
around there, PC. So what
No,
was
I don't know. I'm the first here. I was fairly early on the scene, but like I think you were in semi-retirement when I first got in. Anyway.
Who said that?
What? Who? Will's in semi-retirement.
That like the thing about Bama, right? Cage Warriors, people can say what they want about it, but then when they used to do the cards there, you could feel the scene. Do you know what I mean? You could see because everybody was getting into the helix or whatever else every few months. But like I think that's a massive void going to pro shows. You need more pro shows now with this kind of scene coming up.
Well, the lads like what he's talking about coming through, like
But the only problem I have, is with the Bama thing is, I know there's value for money. Is unbelievable, but 20 fights. Because I remember Cage Warriors done 2 back-to-back shows. You know, and it didn't work at the time.
The card's huge.
The card was going for. It was going for 2 days.
Yeah. Go off, have a meal, come back.
And they were still fighting.
Yeah.
You know, I think that the Bama thing, like, because it's 20 now.
It's 21 fights, isn't it?
How many people's going to pull out of that?
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Well, that's probably why they booked them all.
That's probably.
And then they'd probably be unlucky that every single person would be there for the one time ever in the history of fighting. Like.
That's the only thing I'd say about
the no, I'm with you on that. I think a card should be 13, 14 fights.
14 fights.
People don't really care about, like, most people, especially at the like lower level guys that are fighting pro, they just want to come see their mate fight.
That's it.
They don't want to be stuck there for the night.
Gone.
Yeah.
You know, at that stage, you know what I mean? At that competition for the UFC, they all want to just...
because they're all fans of the people fighting.
They're all fans of the people that's fighting, and they're all into that. But for the Bama thing, I'm looking at going, 21 fights, if you had a first fight tonight, And your mates are there, as you say, they probably wait for 2 or 3 more and they go.
Or they'd be locked by the
They'd
time
be
the
bananas,
thing's
yeah.
finished.
They're definitely going to be locked up.
Thank God Roddy's not on it, huh? And he's not for his fight.
Yeah.
That
Every
would have been a
time in that
disaster.
National Basketball Arena he fought, I thought I was going to die. I literally, as soon as they raised their hand,
Oh, he gets a great crowd.
Rob Wynn just
Yeah.
picking me up and throwing me out of his way. Terrifying.
All over the place, yeah.
So
great.
come here, something I wanted to ask you today because I'm
We're
just
so small.
yeah, I was going to ask you who you. I was actually talking about
And with
this
him, the Hobbit.
with my wife last night, and I was saying, well, I asked him like what fighters he looks up to, and then I went no, because then I'll have to joke and say he looks up to everyone. But no, realistically, like I'm about to have my first kid in October, a couple of weeks after my fight. But
Oh, fuck, sorry.
yeah.
Serious
What I
80
want to
kids?
ask you
Yeah,
is,
you'll
I know
never
you find this
forget.
amazing, and I think it's something like I'm sure a lot of people that are fans of yours. I know you're probably the same as me. You find that weird saying fans. You know, it
Yeah.
sounds like such a douchebag thing
Yeah.
to say. But
I don't even like people.
how the fuck do you manage everything?
I
Like,
don't know.
how do you manage like
Honestly,
working, family, training?
Honestly, cannot answer that question. I don't know.
You just make it work.
I
Like?
just make it work.
Yeah.
You're on the go like as soon as you, all day basically, aren't you?
Every single day, I'm up at 5 to 6. 5 to 6, 10 to 6. I'm in work at 6:30. I'm working all the way through till 2:30. As I say, I'm in Ben Dunn's or my own gym at 2:45. I'm there till 4 o'clock at least. I'm home 4:30. 4 kids run around, bring them training here, there, everywhere. Back up to the gym then 6:30, 6 o'clock. I'm there till 8 o'clock. Come home, try to get kids to bed, try to pick them up from
That sounds
training.
like a bloody nightmare.
That's what I'm saying, like, and people don't understand.
Talk about the guy's life.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bleeding nightmare.
And you're going,
That sounds shit.
yeah. And then you know
Fucking hell.
yourself, like, you're actually in bed. I'm in bed, right, 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
10:30. And you're actually thinking how you're going to do the same fucking shit the next day.
Yeah.
And then you're there at 12 o'clock at night going, yeah, now I've got it, I think I'll go to sleep now. You know what I mean? I think I've got it hooked up, I think I'll go to sleep now. But
Right.
it's just so draining on it.
Does that not annoy annoy you loads now, the fact that the UFC coming back to Dublin, you obviously like crazy kind of hours you're putting into this, and then there's no fight. Like obviously, when we were thinking about this card, we thought like you'd be one of the names that main card, like potentially a main card fight. Like does that not, given how much you put into this, and you know everyone's going to show up to see a UFC card in Dublin, does it piss you off?
Do you know what? I don't know whether there's a method to the madness, you know, the madness, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is there something up here, you know, like, obviously I got a ban because I got a bad cut, but that was like 2 months, right, we're into 6 weeks of the fight now, so
Yeah.
I got a ban of like, it's nearly 2 months, right, is there something after that? I just don't know, I can't answer, like, and then I put it out there, like, I'd go back to Vegas, but I'd have to do something a bit different if I was going back to Vegas,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, a few days before I go to Vegas, when I got there, I was like, man, it's not gonna, that's not no good, you know.
Feel tired.
You look at
food's a bit all
tired.
over the
And I
place.
looked at Conor as well, and like Conor was out there for 10 weeks, and he looked sort of tired and drained and sick of the atmosphere and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard place to go. You know.
It's living in a circus, like that's.
Yeah,
what
it is. It really is. It's a hard place to go and fight, and to do it within 4 or 5 days is it's a joke.
Right, yeah.
And like, it didn't help that I was burning around the casino, I was gambling like a motherfucker.
And do you like this is gonna sound bad, and it's not meant to sound bad, but do you kind of enjoy going away to fight because, like, leading up to the fight, then you've all that free time to yourself? Because obviously you've no family commitments anymore, so you're just there concentrating and cutting weight. And
I think the best trip that I've done was to go to Stockholm.
yeah,
Stockholm trip.
it's not too far.
It was amazing. I went over. Everything just seemed right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything was right. I know it was a late start on that card because it was going out live in America and stuff, but it felt right.
Yeah.
And when I got the Vegas thing, nothing from the start felt right.
Yeah,
Nothing, not a thing. The 48 hours, or the plane delays.
Everything that's easy to
was
do
just-
in normal life is hard to do in Vegas. Like sleep and eat, everything like that is
Everything was
just a
just really. And I didn't think it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I honestly didn't.
we never talked about this, and because Carl's just not one of those guys that makes excuses. But the night before his fight, all I'll refer to him as prick next door to us just started blaring music at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I knocked in and I explained the situation to him, and he went, okay, who's fine? And everything's good. Went back into bed, and 10 minutes later, boom, music again. And had to change rooms and all that shit the night before he's fighting.
But that's the
Why
thing.
you putting him beside
The damage is already done. Like once he's awake,
I'm
like,
out in the fucking hallway, almost having a fist fight with some fucking Mexican dude.
But you had lost.
Yeah. Hands like this.
You'd have lost. No, but like, you can't really complain with shit like that because you're looking at it going, everybody else is in Vegas to run amok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're not the my door and said your man next door, and I'm going, well, hold on a minute, I'm after paying a lot of money to get over here to run amok. You wouldn't mind, you big tall cunt. Fuck off. Before they close the door.
Yeah. But see,
you know what I mean?
the thing is there, like for me, is
I understand this.
why not book a floor for all the fighters?
I understand that. Yeah, Louis Smoker had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The lads that was giving stick to Louis Smoker on Twitter were actually next door to him. Do you remember the time when all the Irish lads were actually next door to him? And he says to me, "Hey, do you want to hear something funny?" And he told me, and I couldn't stop laughing. You know,
they just giving him death all night, ready?
They were giving him death all week and buzzing off. And he said at the end they had a bit of crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he won.
Yeah.
But
they had to be nice.
They had to be nice, yeah. But look, that's the shit you have to deal with. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. People don't understand how fucking hard it is.
Yeah.
And like even at that, obviously Conor done his 10 weeks. Even for him, I found that was hard for him.
Yeah.
The media obligations.
Crazy.
He was selling. They throw him out in front to sell everything there. Like,
well, see the thing with that, like Conor made a lot of money from that fight, and people go, "Wow, that's fucking mad money to get paid for a fight." He didn't. He got paid for all the work he did before the fight. He sold that fight by going around for months and fucking,
and
you know what I mean?
Like a lot of people with big grudge.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if they had to do the fucking work, they wouldn't have bollocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have the head for it. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
genuine, you wouldn't. And then to go out and perform after all that fucking shit. And that's another thing I like about him. Chad Mendes didn't have that crap.
Yeah, he had 2 weeks. Yeah.
He had 2 weeks, and then he didn't really have any media obligations. You know what I mean? Like, so he didn't have all that shit, and then went out and fought. You know what I mean? Give you excuses. Do you know what I mean? And then it took the pressure off Rory McDonald. Conor took the pressure off everybody on the fight because all the tension was on him. Yeah. And then like Rory McDonald's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Robbie Lawler, that big fight, there wasn't really much leading up to it, and it was a fucking outstanding. Look the way the fight kept.
One of the best fights ever. One of the best fights ever.
Look the way the fight turned out. Now, if they had to do what Conor done, would the fight have went the same?
Yeah. And like that's the thing. A lot of people say it's a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of combat sports, when you look at like, you know, obviously it's a huge, like it's the biggest example you could do was Mayweather and Pacquiao, but I mean. They didn't have like do much marketing for that at all. They didn't need to, but
they didn't need
Conor,
to. Yeah,
I know, but Conor like he was flatlining there. And
well, see, like he's getting paid like for the hours of promotion. It's not just the walking in and throwing punches. Do you know what I mean? Like he's getting paid for the hours of promotion.
I think he can keep pushing that roof.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of it. They deserve it.
Yeah, of course.
They deserve it.
I couldn't hack it. I couldn't hack it.
All that shit, you're kidding me, man.
Yeah, I couldn't hack it. Like.
I think I'd rather go and do my life. Go to walk and run around than do all that shit.
He's doing that, like he's getting up at 6 a.m, getting on a flight, going to another place, head melted,
that's
in a hotel, waking your family.
And then try to cheer up and big everything up.
Yeah, and look like you're enjoying life.
It's a big deal. You know, people
it's easier to enjoy life in a fucking Armani suit.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, is it?
I have one. So yeah, it is. It's 100%. Yeah. I just want to mention Froon and Edward looked after me with a nice Armani suit. Like.
Just dropping spots.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Are you on the dole?
No. As I said to you, can catch half the fight to you.
Why don't you start like, you know, we could get you a 3-piece suit, you come in here, we get caught, start calling out some names, we get you on that double.
Grow the beard, I think you'd look deadly with a beard too.
Will it look younger?
You definitely would. You look more homeless would be where I'd be going with it, like more homeless. Well, you're wearing all the free gear you got off Reebok, so I don't
think... Imagine me with a suit and a pair of runners on. There's no way of getting shoes to fit these feet.
If you had to say now, do you reckon they'll get a fight for you with that card?
I don't know. No. Honestly, I don't know.
Are you kind of are you hoping they will? That's like nothing been sent your way about that?
I don't like. What's the point in building yourself up and and then be so disappointed? So I'm not gonna do shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'll stick to do what I have to do my training, do it, and if it comes up, then up it.
What do you reckon, Chris? Do you think you get on it?
I think it'd be madness to not have him on it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be madness. Like I just think he's such a big fighter from the country. I think he has to be on the card.
I would have said if Atten would rather Paul on it.
Yeah.
To be honest, obviously done it last year. It was unbelievable. I want to do it again, I'd say, but I want him to do it.
Yeah, and you want him to experience it.
I want him to experience the exact same.
Yeah. As I said to you before we started that, he deserves that. He deserves to do it.
He deserves that thing. Like, you're on a 2-fight skid, right? Big deal. Yeah. It's not the fucking end of the world. Big 2-fight skid.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
It's not the end of the world. Now go out there and big hometown.
Yeah.
Big it up, get that pressure.
Yeah.
Like Robert Whitford had the advantage that on that fight. Look at the way the crowd went when he came out.
He came out with a national anthem, like he couldn't get a song to make them any more
that was
pumped
like
up.
the crowd there was unbelievable for him. Like, that's a big booster in itself.
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'd like to see, like, if we don't get on it, I hope Paul gets on it.
Yeah.
I really hope Paul gets on it. I want him to have his shot. I just want him to have his shot. I think, like, anyone that's put the graft and the time in, and if he's got all the way to the UFC, and the way he got in, you know, he took a horrible fight on short notice, and basically knew I think he knew what way that fight was going to go, but he was getting.
I think UFC knew anyway.
I think he knew. I think he knew there was no way he was going to make the weight easy. You know, it was going to be a tough ask of him, no matter what.
I think the UFC knew, because they were surprised that fight was 3 rounds, like.
That is surprising.
There you go, like, there's how tough somebody is. That's why I keep going to
give him the proper preparation.
This game is not about fucking how good your skills are. It's fucking heart at the end of the day. If you've no heart, you've no business being in there. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
100%.
I've seen fighters actually just die before they even get out to the cage. They're gone. They've collapsed before they even go out.
You can see it in lads walking out. I've cornered lads and you're looking at him going, he's going to lose this fight. You know straight away he's not going to win.
What would then people be like? Are they more aggressive back, like in the back?
No, you can see them fall apart.
Oh really?
You see them going down, and then you get the tired. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's just adrenaline dump before they hit it.
You get the adrenaline dump, but then
it's anxiety.
They don't want it. They want it, and then. But then you've got people with the heart and they're going out there and they're bursting their bollocks. Do you know what I mean?
And does that kind of, like, when you're younger in your career and you kind of know I'm not that guy freaking out, or is it kind of like a thing that you have a process?
Well, I've always got very nervous walking out to fights. Always, like I've said this to you before. I don't hide that, like, but I kind of like it. I think everyone gets nervous. You wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't get a little nervous, because it wouldn't.
When my hands are wrapped and I'm ready, I genuinely don't get nervous. But for the fucking 2 weeks before the bleeding fight, I can't sleep and we're going, what if this happens? And you know the usual the thoughts before it. And that's like, there's like your downtime. You can't switch off. I'm not fucking switching off. You're up for walking like 3 hours and you're still thinking about what way am I going to do this.
You wake up to go for a piss and you're just staring at the ceiling like that.
You're wide awake there. That's 2 weeks before it.
Yeah.
So imagine how some people feel before they just walk down that walk, you know.
Yeah. And some people think they want to do it.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah. Like some people, like they like training and they think that this is what I want to do, and it's pretty cool. You know, people go,
it is. It's rock and roll now. It is the rock and roll.
Fun. And then when they're walking out, their knees are rattling. You know, their knees are rattling. They've already lost the fight. They're literally doing that thing we were talking about. They're going, right, how can I let this guy win without looking like a prick and getting hurt? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this again.
I've seen a fight up in, I don't know, I seen a clip somewhere and they touched gloves, they went back and the man tapped, and that was
James, wasn't it?
James
guy had a full anxiety attack,
Actually, like, I mean,
there's a prime example of it.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
His coaches should have probably copped that.
Before he went out.
He shouldn't have brought that kid out and embarrassed him like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't have. I'd say he was out the back going, I don't want to go out. There's no way that only came out then.
And then when he got there, it says,
so they kind of went to him, no, you'd be grand. If I'm out the back and my fighter says, I don't want to go out, I'm going to be like, well, like, what's wrong? You know what I mean? Now, if they get in, they do a round, and they come back out there and they say they don't want to go out, well, I'll fucking drag them off the stool. You know what I mean? Because you can't take that away from the guy once you've got in there. But his coaches should have copped that. You
have to look, it's hard to motivate people that don't want to be motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the ones that already have it in their head before they get there go, bollocks, is this happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it can happen to a lot of people.
Do you think it's happened? Can you see it now? Obviously, you're in the 2 biggest gyms in the country, probably. Like, I mean, can you see any of these guys coming in and can you see them like training and all of a sudden they're just like, oh wait.
This has been happening before, and
but can you not see?
The sport became big. Yeah, there's way more than that.
An influx because it's rock and roll now. You know what I mean?
Seery, you know as well. I'm sure Seery's a bit more evil than me. So I'm sure he's retired a few of them well before.
He starts screaming.
They come in thinking he puts hands on them and they never come back. Like,
crushed them and grabbed them. The gas thing you go here.
Crushed them and grabbed them.
I grabbed them. I'm a midget. Like, I'm 5 foot fuck all. There's this fella. Like, he's nearly 6 foot. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go with him. Yeah, give him a leg kick, boom, take down, grab him, crush fuck out of him, and then that's it, he's gone.
Never see him again.
Yeah, never see him again. You're going, yeah, that was great.
And Andy's worried about his numbers, huh?
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You come in
yeah.
and that, you know what I mean? You'll
Keep
always
talking chest
come in
out.
the chest
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
John Redmond style. Sorry, John.
Staying out of it. Staying out of it.
Come on, Chris, come on. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I like, you know, they're not great for the sport, those guys, like, you know, because as I said, they can come and train and all, but like, it's lads, they're probably telling all their mates for an MMA fight before they even train.
Yeah. Was it hard for you to watch that? I know I was talking to you about it. The UFC Dublin World Tour press conference. Did you get?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, Neil actually tweeted about it at the time.
You did fair play to you straight away.
And he done my tweet at the end up all over his fucking clip.
Yeah.
We'll put it out and then it's on MMA Junkie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fucked.
Because
over
you
here.
still think you're not that big a deal.
No.
So when you write shit,
Yeah.
you're thinking,
Even when
Even
when you go to my Facebook page and give a death or get a phone call off Andy Neil, is there something wrong with you? What's wrong? Take that down, you stupid fool. Because bollocks, quick, delete.
But like that, I found that embarrassing. Like, I have to say, I found that really embarrassing. As a guy, like the same as Neil, that kind of like helped build the sport here and fucking put like blood, sweat, and tears into it being accepted and fucking.
And you're trying to make it legitimate. Every conversation you have, like, no, it's normal.
First of all, don't give them drink. Like, why are you giving people?
Well, there was
drink
at 6 o'clock in the
but
and they've been drinking before.
They drinking before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but they were drinking. There was lads walking up a pint glass in their hand.
There was. No fairness, but
yeah.
It's one of them crazy things because even the questions. I know a lot of them.
There weren't even questions.
Yeah, a lot of people says that Conor got it in Brazil.
Yeah. But it's still not right. So the Brazilians are assholes then for what they do.
I understand that. Like, to me, that's why I put it out there. It was fucking mega embarrassing. And then I got dickheads on my Twitter page telling you're only jealous, and I'm going, I'm jealous of why, you fucking tool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What the fuck am I jealous of?
I think the
because
thing
I'm not
is,
up on the stage, like.
But you were, and
all
all the lads had left by then. Probably.
Gone by then, and I was like, thank fuck, the dickheads are gone.
I know, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I mean, I think it's really cool that MMA is giving Ireland, like, it's pushing Ireland out there. Like, we're looking like we're going up to the top of this sport. You know what I mean? Like, you have guys like Conor winning world titles, and it looks good. Like, you know, Ireland's looking good in that respect. And then when the press conference came here, they were drunk, stupid, every stereotype.
Everything was.
But on the other side, like, we do well at football, and then there's a.
Do we though?
Yeah, and there's or rugby, or whatever, and there's a bunch of pricks that support every sport. Doesn't matter what sport it is. You're going to if you attract a mainstream audience, there's going to be a huge chunk of arseholes. Like, that's just how it is.
That's just the way it is.
It is. Like, if you want to be mainstream, there's going to be assholes involved that like it, and they're going to go and get locked and start it. Like, I don't know what made them feel. Yeah. I don't know what made you feel like you can go along and just abuse a man just because he's fighting another man.
And one of the greatest champions of all time.
But slag his family and all this kind of shit.
The fact that he hasn't got a bleeding clue what you're even
saying.
Yeah. A whole lot of men are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like, obviously the UFC can't control the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously you have to give the fans the question to know who knows what people's gonna say. You know what I mean? Now, to me, I genuinely thought, says, right, I went home. I didn't actually go home. I went over to where Aldo was staying because my kids wanted to get a picture with him.
Yeah.
Says,
I remember that. Yeah.
I said, you couldn't get near him there. I said, all right, then I'll drive to him. Right, 100% come down with him because my kids wanted to see him. So I'll go over and see him. And I was saying to myself, do you know what? That'll be edited. They'll take all that shit out. They'll put like
nice questions
and thing and make it different.
Stuff.
And then I went home and I was like, mother the fuck, they let it roll.
Yeah.
And then the Twitter yoke was you go into work, the first thing my boss said to me, they're pure scum. That's just, you know what I mean? Like,
my mass.
The exact same thing. Like,
it's weird who got the tickets to it. Like, cause like they're not the people I've been seeing at the shows for years.
No,
they're not the lads that I've met after Cage
There was
Warriors.
someone that thought it was Carroll Pendra.
Yeah. Some toothless lad walking up to the mic screaming abuse. He looked like he just
But that guy was walking, because they made us ask like the first couple of questions, and he was hovering around. I'm going to ask a question.
Give him a bit of heat for the day.
It was so obvious that was going to go badly.
I'll pick up a glass with a smoke button the end of it and drink it.
He's just taking off the table. Aldo, you prick.
Yeah. You know? Which one is he? Which one is he?
He's shouting at Conor, calling him Aldo and all. You know, it's wacko.
It is crazy, but like, it was bad at the time because it went everywhere. It went worldwide was the problem, you know.
Yeah.
The fact that everybody, I don't know in Brazil were people there with pint glasses and drinking. I don't think they were.
No, I
but
didn't see
when
that.
we're there, everybody's in the, in the camera. Everybody's muzzled out of their head.
It kind of clicked all the stereotypes. Angry, locked, fucking,
the
you know,
usual shit. Everybody's
shit
just
that
pissed out of that brand. And I put it bad. But then, on the third side of it, look, it was turned around.
Yeah, by how the fans act at the shows.
It was turned around in Vegas at the time.
They were brilliant.
It was unbelievable. Conor went out and talked. I know it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same opponent, but it still went down. Yeah. So it turned it around a bit. So from that bollocks of a bleeding press conference, it was all turned around quick enough when they got there. The true Irish fans, they all travelled, they paid. They were there most of them were there from the start of first fight. The place filled up. It was unbelievable experience. And then Conor goes and does the business. I know me and Carroll come up short, but look, that's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? That's the name of the game.
And what do you think now, Aldo McGregor? Do you think Aldo McGregor is even bigger now with the withdrawal and everything?
Of course it is.
Even though the World Tour won't come before this one, this time it's going to be.
Yeah, look, man. You know.
I genuinely hope the World Tour doesn't come about it. I think I genuinely take the pressure off the fighters. Take the pressure off them two big fighters because they've a lot on them. Like
it'll be a better fight.
Yeah, if they're doing the count, the countdown is the best thing. Embedded is unbelievable. That's brilliant. The countdowns to be unbelievable. But the World Tour thing, it went great in different cities. They hit Brazil, they hit Ireland. And
it was always going to climax in Dublin, though, wasn't it? The way they were building, and it was the last day. It was always just going to be.
It was always going to go bananas.
Yeah.
Look, what way is the fight going to finish out? You know what I mean? Like I'm going to say what I said up on the stage that time. There's serious game plans in on that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A game plan to win that fight. But then I turned around and I seen Paternaris, that's his name. When TJ Dillashaw's last fight with Edinburgh and the voice in the corner, and I was going, motherfucker, he's going, win. I was like, what the fuck?
What's all you need to know?
Like some lad, one of the local shows in Ireland. Just win! Win harder! Win harder!
And I was going like, there was no voice there, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm thinking like...
But he's already said he wants to, like, I mean, there's just the moment...
He actually coached me in Tough.
Yeah, well, I'm looking, going, where's the game plan then? Like, is it going to come down to game plan?
But it seems like he has one foot out the door already. Like
maybe
it's weird.
Maybe
it's just
he's already
weird.
shutting off, it's weird to come out and say that you're going to retire after that fight.
And Aldo has been like he's been really kind of giving out about all the stuff UFC's done, IVs, Reebok deal. Like he's getting sick. Like you don't understand it to a certain degree because look at the treatment Conor's getting, and I mean Aldo's been there top of the sport for what 6 years now. 6 years, I think, as a champion at WEC and then into UFC.
Unbelievable.
He's been. I mean, some of the like.
Well, you know what he doesn't do? Dollar bill. Dollar bill. That's what it's a business.
He doesn't sell.
Connor's making that money. Like Connor's making that money.
And then,
I'm just saying that's why he's frustrated. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that's.
I'd say his downfall as well could be that he doesn't speak English either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
which is a big thing in America. Like because now you know what I mean.
They want you to talk in the mic after, and you want to know about you. Yeah.
Now that's. And obviously, that's just the way it is. But like,
speaking of that, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. You for me, probably have the best story in Irish MMA. Bit of a rocky kind of thing going 100%. On. You know, if we could bring you to a butcher's and let you knock lumps out of a bit of meat, would be great. Like, but you don't talk about it enough.
No.
Don't talk about it at all. Now I get that you're not one of those guys and you're not like a social media whore or any of that stuff, but
he doesn't know how to spell.
But I don't think it'll make it. That's one thing. I was out of school when I was 15. I was killing pigs when I was 15, man.
Yeah. You know, there's talking about police. There's some lads that will love the big suits and the flash cars and the fucking $3,000 sunglasses, and then there's guys like myself that are always gonna like favour like, for want of a better phrase, a working class hero, which is what you're doing. You're working full time, you got a family, you're working your bollocks off. Career didn't go as planned at the start. You know what I mean? You turned it around. You got where most guys will spend a full pro career only training and fighting, trying to get to, and they don't ever reach it. Like, and you did it while holding down a job and a family and all that kind of stuff. And you just don't put that story out there enough, I think.
Well, a lot of people, putting it out there is not going to make me happy.
No.
You know what I mean? Putting it out and saying, here, look, it's not going to make me happy. And then you're going to go, then you've got people all the time saying, leave your job and go full time in MMA. Look,
you won't make any more money.
Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, you got the bills, then you've got questions of shit like that. You know what I mean? Or people you're going here, hold on, leave, and you have £1,000 a month to pay mortgage. Like, you think, where am I going to pull that from, you moron? Leave me job. And then when it's over, when you say, right, I'm 36 this year, I'm going like, hold on a minute, you're not going to, leave me job now.
Yeah.
And then, what the fuck am I going to do then? What am I going to do then? You know what I mean? So it was just riding the wave. So we put out the exercise. If I only had that tight rebound. Yeah. But like, what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when that's out, what's going to pay the bills then? You know what I mean?
I think a
lot of fighters would want to actually look into that, because there's no way, right? Everybody's got to hit that pinnacle and become nobody. No, I'm telling you now, a lot of fighters would want to look, because they're going around, right? They're on the dole and they're training. That's 100%, right? It is 100%. You're enjoying your training thing, but as you get older now, you're gonna go to yourself, hold on a minute now. Like, one, where the fuck am I gonna live? Two, feed myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to start moving out Mars, and now like everything's passed by. Like,
like, all your mates have jobs. You're 27. You've got a pot to piss in.
You're in your house. Do you know what I mean?
I copped onto that a few years ago.
Is that not the name of the game, though? I mean, when you're in the sport, you're not always going to go, well, I'm going to be the best. Is that not the thing?
It is.
You have to consider.
Not every single person can be the best.
I know, but is that part of the problem? Like, the fact that you have to.
Well, I think me and Neil were probably lucky that the sport wasn't that big when we started, so we both had other stuff there before we started.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
we probably had that. You had that little. You had to walk.
Yeah.
You're like, here, look, you're getting half of the time you weren't even getting 200 quid.
Yeah.
You were getting €200, and then you watch what they doing was, yay, €200, quick, drink it.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean?
Right after the fight. Right after the fight.
Straight away, here, quick, yay, drink.
Lost a few brain cells in there. Let's get rid of the rest of them now.
Get muzzled. Wake up the next day with the worst hangover. Was it from
with
the
lumps here and here.
Was it the thing on the drink? It was the drink. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of fighters will have to look into that, because I think a lot of people are just jumping in at the deep end there, because
I'm more worried about the newer generation, because they're starting at 16, 17. They know their skill set.
And they're going to get money straight off the bat as well.
Yeah, but they won't get it. It's not that crazy money.
You know, I know, not crazy money, but it's more than usual getting.
Yeah, 100%.
I can get a full-time job out of this.
But like, a lot of people should be looking at that. If you want to be and you're doing this thing, there's nothing wrong with training just at night time. Get yourself something during the day. You don't need to train 3 times a day. You don't fucking need it.
You can't.
You can't.
You can only do that for a year or two, and your body starts breaking down.
Everything starts to fall apart. Get yourself something. Get yourself a part-time job. Get yourself just something that you can fall back on. Because everybody's going to hit that top dollars. And even that, if you're hitting right, say you're in the UFC or wherever it is, Bellator and stuff, like, and you hit 4 fights. You hit 4 fights and you come away with just 200 grand. You've 200 grand there, right? Well, now you're getting cut off dole. Now you're getting cut off all these the internet. That's not going to do you for the rest of your life, like.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Even if you're making 100 grand a year as a fighter, you can only do it till you're 36, 37. Right? Some guys will go a little bit longer, but they probably start later, you know. But I've always felt you've 10 years at a high level, and then your body will start to break down.
And that's if you make the high level.
Yeah. So, like, realistically, 10 years of fighting at a high level, you've only got about 5 years in a big organisation where you're making money, you know? And, like, after that then, so, like, what, you're making 100 grand a year. You're only making that for 6 years. That's only 600 grand. What the fuck are you doing with the rest of your life?
I know.
You know, if you look at someone that has a good job, they're probably talking, like, they're making 60, 70 grand a year. In 10 years, they make the same money as you, and they've another 20, 30 years in their jobs. You're done then. You're sitting there with this money that you've blown because you thought you were the shit. You know what I mean? Someone sucked your dick once, so you thought you were fucking hero. You know what I mean?
That's a controversial no.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be the one I think we have to end it on. I think that's what it's looking like there. I'm sorry for cutting you off, boys.
All right.
But don't blame me.
Is it the house?
Yeah.
There's the garden now. Let's keep it.
All right, Neil. Great to chat to you, man. Absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Frame as your diesel money,
I want me diesel money. I'm serious.